I'm back with another video. This video was going to be about something else, but I thought I should tell you this story first and then go into the other one in another video. As you may have read in the title, this is about choosing a lesser evil. So if we look at it, I'm gonna talk a few things before I get into the story, but don't worry, the story is coming. It's here. It's really there. I just had to go into why I chose this story and how I got into the decision of making this story first and then going on to the next one in another video. So I usually look into the economy and all that shit, like I have my reasons for that. Well, everyone has their reasons for that, but I have mine. And then that also leads into looking into other countries' politics, including our own. And I mean, when politicians aren't bullshitting you, it's kind of entertaining. But since in our world everything is connected, everything is linked in some way or another, it's something to think about, nah? So when you look at it, it's like there's something coming up in November. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, there's something coming up in November. And there was the topic of someone joining in, being a third option to including the other two options that are already there. And it was like, before that someone came in, it was kind of like choosing the less of two evils, if you understand what I'm saying. So, I mean, it be like that sometimes, you know? Like we all have that mindset that if something is gonna mess me up, let it be something that I know is gonna mess me up, not something that'll mess me up, but I don't know how it's gonna mess me up, if you understand what I'm saying. So I looked at it and I was like, damn, this links in pretty good with like toxic relationships, like those really toxic ones, you know? I'm sure most of us have that friend that can't leave this person that has broken their heart like a number of times, like a lot of times. It is impossible how many times a person's heart can be broken, but hey, here we are. So now, I'm just saying that if you have that kind of friend, just be patient. They'll leave that situation at some point. Somewhere or another, they'll see it for themselves, and you should be happy for them when that happens. But don't be mad if they want to keep going back, because that's like human tendencies, you know. Like look at our society now. The party that's in power right now, how many of you have voted and asked and told yourself that if I'm gonna be fucked over, let it be by someone that I know is gonna fuck me over, and I already know how I'm gonna sort them out if I fuck them over, you know? Not like someone fucks me over and then I don't know how to handle it because this person is new, it's too fresh, you know? It be like that sometimes, you know. It be like that sometimes, and the way it got to me was like, if we're always choosing between lesser evils, is there any good, you know? Can you see good in another choice, the other choice that is not the current choice but another choice, eh? So I'm like, okay, this reminds me of a time when we went out. It was me and a couple of friends. We started at a friend's house, and then we just went to a club. And then there we met up with a few people we knew. And then this other girl looks at me and she's like, "You look like trouble." I just looked at her, I was like, okay, oh, all right. I didn't say anything else because, you know, I didn't have confidence. I still don't really. Um, if I acted cocky back in the day, it was because I didn't. It was mainly because I didn't want anyone to mess with me, or anyone to walk all over me. Like, if you act cocky, people, the more you act up, the more you get ignored. That's what I realized. The more you act up, the more you get ignored, like totally ignored. It was it was my game plan to life, just act, and then when you're alone, you can do your own shit. Just move on. So now, after this girl tells me that, nah, you look like trouble. My friends are like, nah, he's harmless, man, just leave him. And which I was harmless. Yeah, I was harmless. But for her to say that, it was strange, nah? So sharp, we went to the club, started having some fun, going to the club, dancing, and then it was time to go back to the house now. So the group of friends that we met, they wanted to go back with us now because it was early. It was like, I think, 2:11. So now when we get to the house, if everything's chilled, if everything is starting to cool down before they get high again. Everything is starting to cool down, and I was just, being myself, just sitting alone on the couch. Where the couch was, there was this balcony, so the door was open to the balcony, so there was a breeze coming in. And since there was a lot of drinking that night, I needed some air. So I needed the cool breeze. If something is cold, it will hold you down, but not someone who's cold. They won't hold you down. Just remember it. Objects that are cold will hold you down. Someone who is won't. So as I'm just sitting there, busy minding my own business, busy doing my own thing, I'm like, okay, nah, this isn't sitting well with me, no? This isn't sitting right. Why would she say that? Like, I mean, you might think now I have a baby face now, but back then it was worse. It really was worse. Yeah, but why would she say something like that about me? Like, I don't understand. So then it was more like, nah, I have to talk to her. Hi, the confidence wasn't there because she was one of those characters like, hey. She was, if dudes have alpha males, nah, she was the omega of the girl group, or the group that she was in. So my friend is like, dude, why are you sitting alone? I'm like, dog, I'm just thinking, something ain't sitting right with me. He's like, nah, what's wrong? I'm like, bro, like, something she said ain't sitting right with me, bro. And then she's like, nah, come. He pulls me, poof. Let's go talk to her, man. And then my friend is like, okay, sharp. I'm leaving now. He disappears. And then we're talking there, and then I'm like, it started off with jokes, light jokes, like, hey, how you doing? Didn't you already greet me? Ha. That type of awkward jokes. So it was more like I wanted to slowly get into it, but I just ended up jumping into it. So while she was talking, I was like, wait. Why did you say I look like trouble? She's like, I don't know how to explain it, nah, but you kind of look like a psycho. I'm like, me, psycho, me. Well, no, me, psycho. Nah. But I'm not. Then I asked her, why didn't you try and get to know me first? Because I wasn't known. I was that guy in the group that you just don't know. I mean, my group of friends had characters. Those guys were characters. Real niggas, I must say. Those guys they had the game on lockdown, if you understand what I'm saying. Those guys. So I was like, why didn't you try and get to know me first? Then she's like, I know your friends. I see your friends. I've dated one of your friends. So I'm like, yeah, but they don't tell you about me. I can tell you about me. She's like, I get that, but listen, I didn't really want to meet someone new tonight. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So then it was okay. I understood. So we moved on with the night, and then there was that quiet moment when everything dies down, everyone disappears into their own corners. And then I was sitting in the living room, and she was in the kitchen with someone. So then this is how it comes in. She calls me to the kitchen. I'm like, nah, I need the cold air. And remember, the kitchen is very warm at that. Like, they were cooking a lot, so the kitchen was very musty. It was very warm. So then she's like, well, this person is busy in the kitchen, and you're just sitting there. What am I supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, leave me and chill with that person. She's like, okay. Are you making me choose? I'm like, no, I'm not making you choose. I'm telling you where to go. There's no choice here. You want to be up in atoms in the kitchen. Be up in atoms in the kitchen. I'll just stay here. I'm okay here. Understand? I'm good here. And then, so something I have to get into is the nigga she was chilling with in the kitchen. He has, let's say, left a few hearts broken along the way, if you get what I'm saying. So he's not a villain, more like an anti-hero. He's not a bad guy. He's really not. But some of the things he does are kind of fucked up. Like, he'll fuck you up really bad. Like, if your heart is a puzzle, he'll lose the pieces. That's just how he is. If she was gonna make a choice, would it not be, okay, let me go sit with the guy in the living room instead of staying with the guy in the kitchen? Because the guy in the kitchen, he's a bad guy in my books, in her books. I'm saying, I'm just paraphrasing, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. You just make the choice. It's okay. It's cool. It's fine. And then she comes down the steps from the kitchen, and then she's like, are you really going to make me choose between two evils? I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, you really don't even know. If I asked you what was my real name, what was my first name, she's like, it's Buddha. I'm like, you can go chill with the guy in the kitchen, because if you don't even know my name, how do you know I'm an evil? I'm one of the two evils that you're trying to choose between. It doesn't make sense, right? But then back then, like, you know, I had a lot of time to think to myself, and then it made sense that she knew the guy better than me. You know, apparently I look like a psycho. Psycho, okay. But she had to make her choice. She made her choice. They chilled in the kitchen. I chilled in the living room for a while. Then I went to the TV room, and then we just went our separate ways. But then I realized that if I wanted people to actually know who I am, see who I am, and see what I'm about, I had to be more open. I had to be more out there. I had to act a lot more, you know? Yeah, and the acting worked, eh? Well, with a few people, the acting worked. Made a few friends along the way, a few bad friends. But hey, we move. I always like that saying, we move. Imagine our current times, eh? Getting fucked over every moment of your life, and you just keep saying, we move, we move. Someone taps you on your back. Askis fam, I can't look behind me. I moved. Yeah, and that's the story, guys. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember guys, if you interact with me in the comments and tell me what kind of videos you like, I might add them on to the channel. So just be there in the comments, be active, give us a like, share, and thanks for watching guys.